We are OAUSD Gate students. We come from 3 schools, Miwok Valley, La Tercera, and Loma Vista. We are trying to protect our local creek, Wasington Creek. The creek is located in East Petaluma. It is a 10-minute walk from La Tercera to Wasington Creek. We're going to show you what we've been up to.
We've been studying the creek and taking tests to see its levels of dissolved oxygen, turbidity, pH, temperature, salinity, phosphates, and nitrates. Turbidity is how clear the water is. You can measure it exactly, but you could also just look at it. The water should be only slightly cloudy to pretty clear to be healthy.
Salinity is how much salt in the water. In the creek, the level shouldn't be too high, being fresh water and all.
Dissolved oxygen is very important because, well, animals need oxygen to live. But again, you shouldn't have too much or too little.
Phosphorus is another important nutrient that all living things need. It comes from soil when it breaks down.
Nitrates are the same, except it comes from plants and animals, not the soil.
Here is a Wasington Creek water sample. We do pH and temperature tests with it. Over here you can see David taking a temperature test. The temperature is how cold or warm the water feels. Some things that affect the temperature are the air temperature, the amount of shade covering the creek, and the runoff from the streets.
Today's temperature is 12 Celsius.
Another water test that we do is pH. pH is how acidic or basic the creek is. Usually a healthy creek is 6.4 to 6.8. Anything lower or higher is really bad for the animals that live there.
Today's pH level is 6.4.
Hi, my name is Mary. Let's do some research. Let's see if we can find some aquatic animal pictures. Here's a picture of some tadpoles that we found at the creek. The more you see, the better. When you have lots of different animals and plants, that's called diversity. Diversity is good for creeks because it means that the living things are in balance with one another. But if you see too many of just one species, that might be a bad thing because they will take over, or it means that it's not balanced.
Well, let me see. It's a good thing that tadpoles are there because the tadpoles grow into frogs. But the last time we were there, it looked like there wasn't a lot of other species. That's a very bad thing because one species can't do all the jobs of the other species to make the creek healthy.
If everybody helps save the creek, then one day it'll be a healthier place for plants and animals to live.
Litter is really bad for creeks. Litter can release chemicals that don't belong in the water. It can damage the fish and plants. You can help the creek just by picking up litter too. It's an easy thing everyone can do.
Well, there's no trash can around here. Might as well just throw it on the ground.
Hey, stop right there, young man. That's polluting.
What's polluting?
What's polluting, you ask? Angelica, would you like to tell this young man what polluting is?
Sure. Polluting means when you drop your garbage somewhere where it does not belong, like on the street. It can end up in the gutters and eventually the creek. It can kill animals and poison the creek. Well, now I understand what polluting is. I won't do it again. Let me pick up my trash.
Hello, as you have seen, we have been talking about our fantastic Wasington Creek, but we haven't talked about plants, so we will. Non-native plants tend to invade and take over an area. They're bad because they tend to push out the native plants. We need native plants in an area because they are the food and homes of native animals, and they help to hold the stream banks in place.
This is Flyball. This is one native plant that we can find at the creek. It is called Flyball. Its scientific name is Carcas agrifolia.
What does it mean that it's native?
It means that it belongs in this area. It also means that it's important for this area.
How is a plant important?
It can help the creek because it provides food and habitat for the animals that live there. It also holds the stream bank in place and provides shade to keep the water cool.
At the creek, native plants are growing, but some plants are invasive.
These plants include, but are not limited to, English ivy and blackberry plants. You can stop the growth of these plants by cutting the shoots when you first identify them as invasive.
To help you figure out which is which, we've constructed these signs. These signs are in front of native plants along the creek and show the common name and their scientific name.
Our creek is not the healthiest ever, but it is not hopeless. You, the city, and other citizens can help by picking up trash, planting native plants, and being aware that we have many other creeks in Petaluma. Together we can make Washington Creek healthy.
And these are some ways you can help save our creek. 2 ways you can help are by picking up trash and or planting native plants.
We want you to know how to help and protect Washington Creek with us. That was our Creek Project. Bye.
Thank